Okay, why do I look ugly as shit? I look ugly without you, Rowan. Hi guys! So obviously today is going to be a lot different than our normal videos because I am alone today. Rowan is not with me. We talked about this on our channel a bit, but basically me and Rowan have been wanting to branch out a little bit on our channel and show you guys a few things that are not Disney related. For instance, in this video, I thought it would be a good idea to show you guys my movie collection because that is something that I'm really passionate about. I love film and I've been collecting movies for a really long time now, so I have quite a bit of a collection behind me, as you can see. So this is going to be a video where I just show you guys all of the different movies that I own. I have Blu-rays and I also have DVDs. You'll notice that I have a larger DVD collection than I do Blu-rays because I obviously started collecting DVDs first and then I started collecting Blu-rays as they came out, so that is a lot smaller than my DVD collection. You'll also notice that I do have a lot of horror films because that is my favorite movie genre, and I do of course have Disney movies, so don't worry, there is still some Disney involved in this video as well. Disclaimer, I don't have these organized in any particular way. I tried to just put all of my Blu-rays together and then all my DVDs are kind of organized by genre, but not really. So it's kind of an organized mess, but I know where everything is and I think that's the most important thing. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and I guess we'll just get started. So this first shelf over here is mainly like my Blu-rays. I told you guys that I have less Blu-rays than I do DVDs, so I think I only have like about 1.5 shelves that are Blu-rays. I have some at the top because they couldn't fit, so I guess I'll just start there. So I have Man of Steel, X-Men Days of Future Past, and this is like, I think a Best Buy exclusive one. The Babadook, Hocus Pocus, Gangster Squad, 28 Days Later, The Descent, Fargo, Jaws, A Nightmare on Elm Street, and this is the full collection of the film. The Avengers, so it's Beetlejuice, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and Corpse Bride. Paranorman, Frankenweenie, Gothica, Guardians of the Galaxy, Her, The Evil Dead, Ex Machina, Gone Girl, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, The Indiana Jones Complete Collection, Ghostbusters 1 and 2, iRobot, Get Out, It Follows, Jeepers Creepers, LA Confidential, Misery, The Prestige, The Complete Saw Collection, Signs, Seven, the Scream trilogy, and if you guys don't know, Scream is one of my all-time favorite films. Scream 4, Star Trek Into Darkness, The Silence of the Lambs, Trick or Treat, Zombieland, You're Next, and then lastly on this shelf I just have a VHS copy of Scream that I got for literally $5 off of Amazon. I'm just keeping it as a collectible. As you can see, it's still in its plastic wrap. So this next shelf is kind of like my, I guess, collections. It's films that have like, they're like box sets basically, and a few Funko Pops, which I will show you guys. So I have Friday the 13th, the complete collection, and it's in this like really cool collectible tin, and all the films are in there. The complete Chucky collection, including the new Curse of Chucky, which I really like. Then I have a box set of Universal classic monster movies like Frankenstein, Creature of the Black Lagoon, and Dracula's in this, and a few others. The Star Wars prequel trilogy, and of course the original Star Wars trilogy. The Force Awakens, and this is a steelbook. I don't have it with my other steelbooks just because I wanted to keep the Star Wars franchise together. Then over here I've got a little Jason Funko Pop. He is from Friday the 13th, if you guys don't know. And I have a Batman from the Dark Knight trilogy Funko Pop, and the Joker from the Dark Knight trilogy. Also on this shelf, it's kind of big, so I don't know if you guys can see this, but I do have the Dark Knight trilogy box set, and it is a limited edition. Moving on to the top right portion of my shelf, I've got the beginnings of my DVD collection, and then also, as you can see, the Hogwarts collection of Harry Potter, which includes all 8 films and a bunch of bonus features, which I really love. Also on this shelf, I have 2 Funko Pops. I've got my little Freddy Krueger pop, my Michael Myers pop from Halloween. The Shining, It. This is the original It film. I do want to get the new one because I absolutely loved it, but I don't have it yet. Then I have a DVD box set of I Know What You Did Last Summer, and its 2 sequels. I still know what you did last summer, and I'll always know what you did last summer. This is an Alfred Hitchcock box set, which includes Psycho, my favorite, Rear Window, The Birds, Vertigo, and North by Northwest. And I have a really shiny DVD steelbook of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Blair Witch Project, Red Eye, Retreat. You'll notice that I have a lot of Cillian Murphy films because he is one of my favorite actors. The Secret Window, Shutter Island, Urban Legend, Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, Saw. So I have this doubled. I have it on DVD, and then as you saw before, I also have the Blu-ray collection of all the films. And lastly on this shelf, I have I Am Legend. Moving one shelf below, I have a few more Blu-rays, my Steelbook collection, and then the official start of my DVD collection. Arrival, The Martian, Nightcrawler, Prisoners, Spotlight, Jurassic World, and this begins my Steelbook collection, which is not that big, but I have a few. 10 Cloverfield Lane, Batman, Drive, Edward Scissorhands, Inception, La La Land. I absolutely adore this case. I like that it's very minimal, but also there's like a pop of color with the blue. Shaun of the Dead, which is one of my favorite horror comedies. So I bought this movie on a whim, and I actually really do not like it, so I'm tempted to not keep it, but it is The Town. Watchmen. One of my all-time favorite films is Zodiac. I love that still on the back. And then I have this really awesome Jurassic Park trilogy steelbook collection that my sister got for me for my birthday one year. And then, as you've been seeing in the frame this whole time, I have the complete box set collection of Halloween with all of the films in there on Blu-ray. Moving on to the DVDs on the shelf, The Hunger Games, which is the only one of the trilogy that I actually like. Fight Club, Inglourious Basterds, In Time, Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Men in Black 3, National Treasure, Pulp Fiction, Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows, and lastly on this shelf I have Spider-Man. This is the Tobey Maguire film because I do not like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire is the Spider-Man. So I have this trilogy. Then moving down to this half shelf, I have a few more DVDs, but mainly I have like TV shows, and I will show you what's in that brown box in just a second. I have Disturbia, the Alien Anthology, which is the first 4 films in the Alien series. Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, and Alien Resurrection. American Psycho, Prometheus, and the first 2 seasons of The Walking Dead on DVD. So this box is actually really cool. I got it as a gift by my sister a few years ago, and I am a huge Dexter fan. I love that show, and I saw this online, and it's really cool. It is a box of Dexter coasters, but they're really cool. They are these blood slide coasters, which are super neat. They're glass. There's a few different designs on them. I'm totally not a serial killer or anything, but I just love Dexter. Then I have the first season of Fargo on Blu-ray, and it comes with this really awesome Fargo beanie. That's why it looks like that. But I just adore the packaging of this. Fargo Season 2. And then funny story, I have seasons 5, 6, and 7 of Dexter on DVD because I was watching them on Netflix when I was watching the series, and Netflix decided to take away, or actually no, you know what it was? Netflix didn't have the last 3 seasons on there, so I bought them myself, and the day after I bought them, Netflix decided to put the rest of the show on their website. So I just have randomly 5, 6, and 7 of Dexter. Moving on to the other half shelf that is beside the one I just showed you, I have some more TV series on DVD and a Loki and Spider-Man Funko Pop. Book 1 of the Avatar series, which is one of my favorite. I don't really like animated shows or anything like that, but I absolutely adore Avatar. So I have book 1, book 2, and book 3. If you guys are Avatar fans, please let me know because I love this show and I feel like nobody watched it when it was on. Then I have the complete series of Pushing Daisies, which is just 2 seasons. Then I have the only anime show that I ever watched and actually enjoyed, which is Peach Girl, the complete series. I'm not a huge anime person, but for some reason I got into this and I really liked it. Then I have the first 2 seasons of Sex and the City, and my ultimate guilty pleasure when I was in high school and at the start of my college years, I was a huge Pretty Little Liars fan, so I have seasons 1, 2, and 3. I do not watch the show anymore, and I stopped, I believe around season 5 because it just got too crazy and too dramatic. But yeah, I loved the beginning of this show. Moving down to the shelves below, this shelf is mainly DVD, it's all DVDs actually, so it's a continuation of my DVDs, and you'll notice the start of my Disney collection. Spider-Man 2, again the Tobey Maguire film, and Spider-Man 3. And then I have the Star Wars prequel trilogy on DVD because I bought these before I started getting into Blu-rays, and they were really difficult to find back then on DVD. They were expensive, but I basically have doubles. Sweeney Todd, kind of ashamed but not really, Twilight, New Moon, and Eclipse. I do not own Breaking Dawn because I do not like that film or the book, so I stopped after the 3rd. A Series of Unfortunate Events, Up in the Air, which is one of my favorite dramas slash feel-good films. I don't know, I feel like this is super underrated and it is really comforting. V for Vendetta, X-Men First Class. Then I have the box set of the X-Men trilogy, which includes X-Men, X2, and The Last Stand. Then I have The Last Airbender, which sadly is not a great film, but because I love Avatar so much, I have it in my collection. Then I have this awesome Disney live-action film Tower of Terror, which they used to play on Disney Channel all the time around Halloween, and it is super creepy and super fun. Around the World in 80 Days, Bridge to Terabithia, and then I have Camp Rock because I loved this movie. You know what? I still do. I like Disney Channel original movies, so no shame. And then of course, because Cheetah Girls is life, I have Cheetah Girls and the Cheetah Girls 2. Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen, Freaky Friday, and we begin my Disney films. I think I have them in order of when they came out. If it's not accurate, I apologize. Peter Pan, 101 Dalmatians, The Aristocats, The Fox and the Hound, and The Fox and the Hound 2. Oliver and Company. I absolutely love this film and nobody talks about it, so shout out to this movie. The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, The Lion King, Hercules, Toy Story, which is my favorite Disney movie of all time, hands down. A Bug's Life. Then I have this shelf which finishes off my Disney collection and gets into, I guess romantic comedies. It sort of like blossoms into romantic comedies and comedies. Mulan, which again is one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. Tarzan, Monsters Inc., Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas, Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas, Tinkerbell, Tinkerbell and the Lost Treasure, Coraline, Eloise at Christmas Time. Then I have a collection of Disney Channel holiday episodes from That's So Raven, Lizzie McGuire, Even Stevens, Kim Possible, and The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Get a Clue, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This is the live-action Jim Carrey version. Hannah Montana the movie, don't judge me. I got this in high school, but it's still a comforting film, not gonna lie. High School Musical. This movie's actually really awesome, and it is Lemonade Mouth. It is another Disney Channel original film. The Lizzie McGuire Movie, The Parent Trap, The Princess Diaries, The Princess Diaries 2, Royal Engagement. And then I just have a DVD of a few episodes of That's So Raven, The Santa Claus 2, Scooby-Doo, and Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed. Then I have a DVD with a few episodes of The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Rugrats the Movie, Rugrats in Paris, Shrek, Shrek 2, 13 Going on 30, 500 Days of Summer, American Beauty, Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging. If anybody knows what this is, let me know because I think it's, what is it, an Australian film? And it is so funny. Baby Mama, Because I Said So, The Breakfast Club, Chances Are, which is this really old, well, it's not really old, I think it's an 80s Robert Downey Jr. film. I love Robert Downey Jr., so I have a few, I guess, random Robert Downey Jr. films. And Christmas with the Cranks. And then moving down to this shelf is a continuation of my comedies and romantic comedies. If it's a little bit shaky, I apologize. I couldn't use the tripod for this low level. A Cinderella Story, Cinderella Man, Crazy Stupid Love, Dirty Dancing, Due Date, The Edge of Love. Again, I have another copy of Edward Scissorhands, The Great Gatsby, The Holiday, Monte Carlo, Mrs. Doubtfire, Music and Lyrics, Heart and Souls, He's Just Not That Into You. I love this movie so much. It's complicated. Jane Eyre, and this is the version with Michael Fassbender as Mr. Rochester. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, The Last Song, Love Actually, Maid of Honor, Maid in Manhattan, Mamma Mia, Mean Girls, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Monster-in-Law, My Life in Ruins, which is a super, super underrated comedy that is amazing. Me and Rowan love this movie. New Year's Eve, The Notebook, Only You, which is another one of those random Robert Downey Jr. movies that was made in the 90s and is one of my absolute favorite romantic comedies. Pretty in Pink, which is my favorite 80s film, I think. 16 Candles, the Sex and the City movie, Sex and the City 2, The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants 2, Valentine's Day, Watching the Detectives, another one of those Cillian Murphy movies that I was mentioning before, and a double feature of What a Girl Wants and Chasing Liberty. So that is it for this shelf, and my last shelf is pretty much empty. I do have a few things on them that I will show you guys. I'll just show it on this shelf. So at the bottom of all of my movies, all of my shelves, I have a few classic VHSs. The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas, Mulan, Aladdin and the King of Thieves, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Space Jam, Oliver and Company, and randomly The Land Before Time 3, The Time of the Great Giving. Lastly, I have these two series box sets that I haven't watched yet, but I will get around to one day. True Detective Season 1, Under the Dome, which is a Stephen King, it's based on a Stephen King novel. Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger action figure in its box. Freddy Krueger figure that I own. I used to spend my money on things like this, and now I try not to because life. So that's it. Those are all of the movies that I own. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I wanted to do this because I love watching people's movie collections and just things that people collect in general. So I hope you guys found that interesting. Let me know what movies you guys own or what some of your favorites are. Let me know if you guys would be interested in me doing other videos similar to this. I want to show my book collection. I want to talk about books and movies on this channel as well. So if you guys would be interested in that, please do let me know. I need some encouragement, guys, because I feel so lonely without Rowan. So if you like this, please do let me know. And as always, guys, I hope you all have a magical day.